this video, I'm going to be talking about what makes The Pelican Brief my favorite movie based on a John Grisham book. Now, John Grisham is my favorite author of all time. I've read over 40 of his novels and have enjoyed every single one of them. And for the films based on the books, I love every single one of them, from The Firm, The Client, The Rainmaker, A Time to Kill, and The Runaway Jury are all classic Grisham adaptations. I just don't have anything bad to say about any of the films based on a John Grisham novel. Well, maybe except The Gingerbread Man. No, what makes a favorite to someone can differ from person to person, so in this video I'll be looking into my own personal reasons why Pelican Brief is my favorite John Grisham film.
Well, they found that the statute did not violate the right of privacy. Now, why is that?
Because they're wrong.
So let's get this thing started. My first reason is simple. The Pelican Brief is my favorite John Grisham novel. While the legal details trimmed down quite a bit and the characters' emotional depth is beefed up, which could also have to do with the chemistry between the actors in the film, the movie is still very loyal to the source material, with the plot points remaining the same with all the conspiracies intact. So in short, it's not completely loyal, but for good reason. It's a legal thriller that's meant to be adapted to the big screen, so things seem to be at a faster pace, and I think they did a great job. So if I want a long drawn-out version of the story, I just read my favorite book. And if I want a more fast-paced edge-of-my-seat thriller, I simply watch my favorite film based on a John Grisham novel. Either way, I can't lose.
Back of my mind was this idea maybe I'd do a book on him, you know.
No one could do it better.
Alan J. Pakula, the director of The Pelican Brief, was the master of suspense. He knew how to add the perfect tone to a thriller suspense movie. With films on his resume like the 1976 All President's Men, the 1982 Sophia's Choice, 1997's The Devil's Own, and 1990's Presumed Innocent, it was clear that this director knew what he was doing when it came to this genre. Just go watch the movie Presumed Innocent starring Harrison Ford. The film has a certain feel to it that is completely Alan J. Pakula. His atmospheric approach adds suspense and tension to the already thrilling plot, and he finds a way to add to the feeling of paranoia to the character of Darby Shaw, which helps Julia Roberts' performance look just that much more believable. When you have a director that's only elevating the actors' performances and the actors are only elevating what the director is doing and elevating the actors around them, then usually you have a really good movie, and that's exactly what The Pelican Brief has. When I'm talking about the chemistry, I'm talking about the chemistry between Julia Roberts and Denzel Washington. These two rising stars at the time are fantastic together. Their on-screen dynamic and compelling performance create a strong emotional connection that is not easy to match. These two may not have been at the very top of their fame at the time, but in my opinion they were at the top of their game. I would actually mark this not just my favorite John Grisham film, but also one of my favorite Denzel Washington movies of all time. His performance as Washington Herald reporter Greg Grantham is flawless and may even be my favorite character he has ever played. Plus, Julia Roberts' performance as Darby Shaw is easily one of my top favorite performances from the actress. That's two actors I like in one of my favorite performances by both in a movie based on a book by my favorite author. So yeah, I can't ask for much more than that. The Pelican Brief was composed by James Horner. Do I really need to say more than that? I mean, come on, look at this guy's resume. Titanic, American Tale, Field of Dreams, Willow, The Land Before Time, Jumanji, Alien, Sneakers, We're Back, A Dinosaur Story, and Braveheart, just to name a few. Now with a resume like that, do you really think that the Pelican Brief score could be anything but amazing? Because that's just what it is. He adds to the already suspense that is put in place by the writing, directing, and acting, simply because that's just what he does. Like, he'll take a dramatic scene in the movie, for example, and finds ways to make it feel even more dramatic. I mean, he's just really amazing.
They killed him! They killed him!
Impressive leads in the supporting cast is something that every single movie based on a John Grisham book has. I'm still shocked by the amount of talent that's in all these movies, and The Pelican Brief is no different. I already mentioned the amazing leads in the film, Denzel Washington and Julia Roberts. Now let's look at this extremely long list of star-studded actors playing supporting roles in the film. Now, this applies to all movies based on a John Grisham book, but it needs to be said because I really like these things. Political conspiracies, check. A great mystery to unfold, check. A scary hitman, check. A newspaper reporter willing to risk everything to bring the truth to light, check. And an exciting climax, including a car bomb, double check. What else could I want in a film? It's practically everything I like to see in one movie.
No, stop. Greg, get out of the car. Get out of the car.
I have to admit, when I was a teenager / young adult, I went through a Julia Roberts craze. Now, I could show you footage of me finding my first and only actress crush while watching Pretty Woman, or me saying this is freaking awesome as I watched Flatliners, or me crying my little eyes out as I watched Stepmom, or me popping in my hidden VHS copy of Notting Hill when no one else is around so they can't find out how much I like the movie. But luckily those footages don't exist because no one was there to record it. But anyways, it was during this love craze of the actress I found The Pelican Brief. Now, I was just a kid during the John Grisham craze of the 90s, so I didn't really know of him going through the 90s, so Pelican Brief is not only my first movie I watched based on one of his books, it's also what led me to his novels, which led to him becoming my favorite author, and it all happened because I was obsessed with Julia Roberts. So if it wasn't for my Julia Roberts craze, I might not have ever watched The Pelican Brief, and John Grisham might not have ever become my favorite author.
It was ludicrous of me to think that I could solve it. Hubris of the young, huh?
Don't knock the hubris that I love.
A movie's editing is not something I usually talk about on my channel, but that being said, I do know the important role a good editor can play in a film's overall outcome. The editors on The Pelican Brief give it quick, smooth transitions from scene to scene, which keeps the audience engaged while the mystery unfolds. And did you know that the film was actually nominated for Academy Award for Best Film Editing? Every time I watch the movie, I feel more and more that the editing adds to the director's vision rather than taking away from it. The chase scene in the parking garage is really epic. It puts you on the edge of your seat the entire time. It starts with the attempted failed car bomb assassination. Then it's followed by the rundown chase with the lady shooting at them, narrowly escaping thanks to a dog in a car. Then it goes to the crazy guy trying to murder them with his car. Well, these are my reasons for loving this movie so much. With me, it could be a part, a fact, a laugh, a song, or many other reasons a film could be at the top. The Pelican Brief is a movie I practically have watched every year since the first time I watched it, and I actually enjoy it more with each viewing. It doesn't grow old in my opinion. Julia Roberts and Denzel Washington's performances and chemistry still shine through the screen. It's too bad they never did another movie together because it would have been great. Now, like I said, these are my own personal reasons why I love the film so much. Your favorite John Grisham movie may differ than mine, and that's totally awesome. Everyone's favorite should be whatever they connected with or enjoyed the most. There is no right or wrong answers.
Mr. Cole.
Are you familiar with the Pelican Brief?
I am.